I guess I am streaming again. I just wanted to check my stream. Whoops. I have reconnected. I have reconnected. I'm just checking if we've reconnected. Now we are live again, it seems. How about on Twitch? Yeah, everything's going very well. Yay! Thank you! Yay! Okay, now it's better. I just did something that I forgot to do before the stream. Now we can finally convince Master Dennett.
Elena says you got rid of those demon-cursed wolves. Should be safer for our farmers now.
Yes, that we did.
Bargain, Inquisition. You'll have my whole stable and good hands to go with it.
All right, finally. Let's ask him about the area. Let's hear what changes have been. Yeah.
What can you
Thank
tell me
you.
about the wilderness around here?
Got some old ruins in the forest from long before any king of Ferelden. The lakes are pretty, though when the weather's odd, you hear tell of spirits. Beyond that, my daughter Sienna set up a track just over there. Fool girl likes to race the horses.
That sounds exactly like what he told us last time. So I guess the two dialogue options actually didn't change. Let's see. How about this one?
You said you were once Al Eamon's stable master.
Master of the mounts. Fereldans don't appreciate horses like they do in Orlais, but they knew my name in Royeaux. My horses took sick less and carried a man longer than any of those fancy prancers they've got.
Yes.
And now they're all yours, Inquisition. Take care of
Okay, that one bit of dialogue changed. Okay. Can you please join the Inquisition, pretty please?
You sent your stable hands and your horses to the Inquisition. What about you?
Well, you've cleaned up the area, and I can't say I'm not tempted. Still, it feels wrong to abandon my land to go play horsemaster again.
Cassandra, please help me on this.
Are you Andrastian? This is a matter of faith. The Maker would want the best to join us.
I've heard some things about you lot. Can't say I'm not interested in what it all means. All right, Inquisition. I'll look to your horses myself. Never let it be said that Redcliffe gave less than the best.
All
Just let me
right.
settle matters here and say goodbye to my wife.
Oh,
I'll meet you in
yay. Finally, thank you. You will be a valuable addition to our cause.
Those watchtowers will keep my farmers and your refugees a lot safer. I've sent supplies to the crossroads.
Oh, the same two dialogue options available. It's funny. Okay, I guess that's it. Goodbye.
Farewell.
Make her be with you.
See you in Haven, Master Dennett. Because I think that is all settled. I don't really know. Should we go to Redcliffe first before we go to Royeaux? Probably. Just a moment. I know I kind of promised that we will go to a different map today, but I just want to finish things up here in the hinterlands. The hinterlands. I want to set... Oh my, I'm going the wrong way. I want to set a map marker to get to Redcliffe because I think there are probably two, if I'm not mistaken, quests that we need to turn in there so that we can, you know, get more experience points and level up. Maybe get some quest rewards, some items. Oh, a nug. A nug. Oops. That is the wrong way. What is happening to me? That is a dragon's cavern. Okay, it's kind of hard. How do we get out of this thing?
Nothing to report, sir.
I guess we just need to go south first and then go west. Okay, we're heading south and then turning west here. Like I said in our first stream, Dragon Age Inquisition terrains are hard to navigate. Which means, you know, the developers did a great job building the map. Because, you know, it's challenging, and if it were just a plain, kind of like a flat plain, and it's easier to navigate, that would probably take less time to complete this map. Oh, Fennec. So, how was everybody's weekend? How was everyone's weekend? Here where we live, it's been pretty rainy. It's been raining all day, every day. I don't know if there's a typhoon or something. I don't really watch the news, so I'm not well informed. I don't also look up weather forecast because I rarely go out. But yeah, so it was a chill, lazy weekend. I did play Assassin's Creed Valhalla in private. I think I mentioned in one of our first few episodes of Chill Play Dragon Age Inquisition, the ones that weren't live streams, the ones that were pre-recorded and narrated. I mentioned
village should be just ahead.
Okay, Solus. Alright. I know. Oh, look at this. Horsey Borsey. So I mentioned that I am playing another game in private, off stream. And yeah, I forgot to say that it's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Just because I get distracted very often. Whenever I'm telling a story. There we go. We are gonna enter Redcliffe village.
The village is off limits.
Oh.
There's been too much fighting between Templars and mages. Take it elsewhere.
We're the Inquisition and we've been trying to help the refugees. We've unalived a lot of renegade Templars and apostate mages to keep the farmers safe. So please let us in. We're here on official business. Talk to me, soldier. Talk to me. Talk to me. Is she bugged? Can we not just go in? Is it because I walked away? There. No! We came all the way here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna save and then reload. What was that? I don't know if I've ever experienced a bug like that. I am going to reload now. Can't believe it. Just because we walked away, explaining ourselves, why she should let us in, and then now she refused to talk to us. She refused to talk to us.
Limits. There's been too much fighting between Templars and mages. Take it elsewhere.
We're the Inquisition.
We're not with the Templars or the mages. We're agents of the Inquisition.
You could be anyone. You think I don't know what "don't open the gates" means? If you're from the Inquisition, prove it. Until then, the gates stay closed.
How do we prove it? We won't cause trouble.
We're not here to cause trouble.
You're walking away. Come here, be respectful. Okay, I guess we just really can't go in yet. Alrighty, that is our cue to go to Royeaux. I think for that we have to go back to Haven and go to our war table. Rainy day. Today is another rainy day. Okay, one thing that I wish Dragon Age... Whoops. Okay. One thing I wish that Dragon Age Inquisition had is a way to teleport directly to your war table. So that we don't really need to go through the entire village.
You remember, I once ministered in a circle chantry. And you were used to having Templars around, keeping us safe from the mages. The mages in the circle followed the chant of light as faithfully as the Templar. More faithfully than some Templars even.
Okay.
Some of the things those Templars did when they thought I did not see.
Oh, alright. It's good to see hear some ambient dialogue from our villagers and nuns.
I will keep the peace while you and the others appeal to the chantry in Royeaux.
That is
Better
exactly
ready
what we're
yourself
gonna
for the
do.
blame. You will be rightly assigned.
Whatever. Whatever.
Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms.
Apothecary Adon will have more poultices for the injured as soon as possible, revered mother.
Thank you, child. You are doing the Maker's work.
Is there any dialogue?
More than if we had not tried.
Excuse me. Sorry to butt in.
I greet you.
Can I help with anything, Mother?
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
Okay. How are the people now?
Can you tell me how our people are doing?
What would you like to know?
The people in this village.
How are the villagers in Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the mages and the Templars destroyed their
Is this the
homes.
same exact
In their
dialogue?
minds, the death of a divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields.
I
If we
think
do
so.
not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
People in other places?
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim
We've
many
helped
lives.
them.
Villagers in Crestwood are besieged
What else do
by
they
their own
need?
dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Orlais and Ferelden.
Okay.
Farewell.
Exact
Make her
same.
go with you.
I wish there was a way to tell if they have new dialogue. But it's still okay. I don't really mind. There we go. We can
We'll
now
post soldiers a safe
address the
distance from the
chantry.
temple.
Chantry.
Our best guess at safe.
The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Okay, we'll do that.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
I think I'm not worried. It might help.
What can they do? It's just talk. Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Okay. We can confirm this, and it costs us 4 power. We already have 26. We're not gonna lose much. Yay! Achievement earned. Speak only the word. Oh, I guess the achievements don't show on stream. I guess. But that's fine.
The city still mourns.
Why is she scared?
Just a guest seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
She's just running
Your
away.
skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
We're not harmful.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
Okay.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Face them.
They wish to protect the people? From us?
From me, I
You
guess?
think the Order's return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Don't be scared, Cassandra. We can fend them off. Don't you trust me? With my new armor? It's bright red. It might scare away the Templars. The avenue of her reflective thought, inscribed upon a plaque, Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall, her message and visage are worth repeating. Okay, I guess. Mavera's remorse beneath scratched by a vandal at meeting a low door frame? Is this a meeting a low door frame? Okay, I get it. It's a joke. He bumped his head on a low door frame. That's why he's like, "Ugh, it hurts. Pain." Maverick's blood guilt beneath scratched by a vandal, and his head suddenly weighs too much. Well, it's kind of like the same, right? Isn't it the same sculpture? Statue, rather. Oh well. I guess only 3 out of how many statues there are actually have signs to read, inscriptions to read. Oh, okay then. Oh, there's another one here. Mavera's penitence and unrelated headache. Maverath. he should be an endorser for, I don't know, Advil or something. Mafaret's regret about his unfortunate hair. Okay, whoever the vandal is, like, I would like to meet them. It's just too funny. It's like every single Mafaret sculpture or statue here has his, like, I don't know, his pose to be like this. This is, if you see this pose anywhere, you'd know it's Mafaret. That's just too funny. Okay, who was this? Oh. So we are in one of the shops in Royeaux. Very fancy.
Not open today. Not until this fast is over, at least. Too many swords out.
Okay. She doesn't want to sell to us or even show her merchandise. That's all right. Oh, and we missed this one. The avenue of her reflective thought. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travelers do not linger in their respects. Not just because the bazaar awaits, but because the air before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child Empress Amy abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastised the statues and had them turned in supposed embarrassment. Oh. Okay. True or not, foolish youths dare each other to soil the spot in similar fashion, and a place of otherwise reverent thought always carries a faint odor about it, excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by Philium, a bard. That's okay. Okay, so I guess we shouldn't linger here either, because apparently it smells here. People use it as a bathroom. How about you?
You'll forgive if events are a little too flustered for commerce. Nothing personal, Inquisition.
That's okay. I guess they'll open up much later. Probably after we confront the Templars as well as the Chantry. The first lion of Orlais in respect to Emperor Alphonse Vauban. The Lions of Orlais, a repeating element dedicated to the great defenders otherwise noted. It is rumored that one is gold, one is bronze, and weighted with poison. Poison? One is chocolate? And one is watching? What does that even mean? As the saying goes, there we all, a thief to test his back and learn which is most dangerous to try to deny or lay. In truth, all are lead and leaf. Don't pretend to ride them too long, lest the mind give way. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by the same bard, Philium. Imagine being named Philium. Like, make a choice. Are you Phil or William? Which one is rumored to be made of chocolate? The fourth lion of Orlais in respect to Duke Stefan of Valmontaigne. Grace of the Empire East. A plaque reads, "Welcome all before the grace of the Empire. Stage and audience for the use of all. For theater and business, for partnership and proposal be seen." A notice below reads, "This display reserved for songs traditional by Lord Bramford and his players. Cancelled." Okay. So, sadly, that play is cancelled. How about this? Grace of the Empire North. This display reserved for discourse political, with attending professors of social matters from the University of Orlais. Note that all vendors of loftable groceries will be closed in the hour beforehand and for 1/2 after. Okay. the second line of Orlais in respect to Duke Isidore Darlesans. And this display is served for presentations of affection as though private and also discounted spirits. Discounted spirits? Presented by company Misdirect Theater. That I don't understand. Oops. Cutscene.
Good people of Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of her murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called
Mother,
herald
it's
of
not
Andraste,
me, I promise.
claiming to rise where our beloved fell.
That's not motive.
We say this is a false prophet. No servant of anything beyond her selfish greed.
Well, first of all, I never claimed to be the Herald. But then also, at the same time, what would drive them to actually listen is to tell them that we have a real enemy. I guess we have a real enemy.
You say I am the enemy. The breach in the sky is our true enemy. We must unite to stop it.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
Yeah, that's a
It
more
is already too
powerful
late.
choice, I guess.
The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
That's assault. Someone called the Po-Pos.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
That's so mean. Am I supposed to be impressed?
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
There's something very wrong about that face.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Okay, that's already scary. That sounds very narcissistic. I guess let's try to appeal to the Templars.
Templars! One of your own commands the Inquisition's forces. Join us as he did.
A staunch and loyal member of the Order. So loyal, he abandoned them for a false herald.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
That is already
I will
wrong.
make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Royeaux is unworthy of our protection. We march.
The arrogance is growing out of his face.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Cassandra, how well do you know that guy? He doesn't seem well.
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, Never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Is there a way to change his mind? Although I don't see any way, but let's try.
Do you think he can be reasoned with?
I hope so. If not him, there are surely others in the Order who don't feel as he does.
Yeah, there could
Either
be.
way, we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Wait. I want to look around.
Well, that was a change.
What's that?
Whoa!
An arrow with a message?
Whoa.
Among the stunned.
What happened? What was that?
Templars left. The Chantry promised they'd defend us.
Okay, too bad for you, merchant. Sorry. Where was the arrow with a message? Oh, it's here.
I wish your leaders well.
A mysterious arrow. Favors for friends. A message is attached, written in a large flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Royeaux. I hear he wants to hurt you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round a cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. A poor drawing of the locations in the market is attached. Okay. Someone wants to meet with us, I guess. And we need to find red things. Okay, anything that's color red. Does this include this apple tree? There's something very wrong with these apples. They're kind of weird. They look a bit weird. La pomme vie et mort. The apple of life and death? I don't know. I used to self-study French in high school, but I don't know much anymore. I've totally forgotten. It is said that the apples that grow near the gallows will be bitter on the tongue of a lover who will betray. It is also said, although by different people entirely, that unripened fruit should not be the only consideration when investigating matters of fidelity. The latter are the lonely most evenings among the arbors of the summer bazaar. So if your lover is cheating on you, you're gonna be surrounded by unripened fruit? I don't understand. From our Orlesian heart by formerly Sister Ladine. I guess every culture has its own set of beliefs, I guess. Is there something here? Oh, here. She of the highwayman repents. Gallows master, hold thy hand, hold it back a while. Callous juror, let me stand, let me bear a smile. For comes my brother distant, for comes my savior soon. I stand here most insistent, I will receive my boon. Fellow soldier, hold thy voice, hold it if you may. Follow shoulders, show my... This is like... Oh man, it's like a tongue twister. Fellow soldier, fallow shoulders, show my choice, I am in your sway. For know my crime was cruel and all my pain deserved. I stand here as a fool, despite my brother served. Mother dearest, look away, look into the sun. Others nearest, gone astray, you will be undone. For no more will I prattle, and no more will I pray. Here you must rattle, as life will fly away. From songs of old Orlais, she of the highwaymen repents. Inscriptions collected by formerly Sister Lodine. Okay. Some poetry about someone who is repenting before their execution. Who are you? Are you from the Chantry? He looks like a brother.
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
Breaking the chant?
What do you mean you broke the chant?
Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rites? The chant of light is how we honor the Maker. They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
Oh, poor Grandpa. Well, as much as I would like to help you, I don't know how to help you. I can just attempt to comfort you. I just increased the volume because I noticed that it wasn't very loud. We should all be questioning, I guess.
We should question. If not now, when?
Down that road is darkness. We have never been alone. We cannot be alone. But even our Templars forsake the light. Even they.
Oh, poor him.
The Templars didn't even touch you.
Why would they touch me?
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
Oh, messenger from the Circle Mage. From Circle Mages. But before that, let us read this. Not of heroes united in hatred, if we are re-examining motive, let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer. For the first leader of young Orlais after the sons was Jeshavis, chattel wife of 2 of them, but examine the facts. A proud daughter of the Syrian, chosen not unkindly by Isorath to be his bride, it was her reach that granted him power to unify. Consider what she witnessed in the consolidation of her people. She has always been portrayed with sadness, but what if when our nation was born, the game was born with it? The Orlesian game. Judge her actions not as property but as master, and what changes? As victim, Isorath, rumored cruel, breaks the clans in a lust for power. His brother Verald, exiled from his own machinations in young Navarra, appeals to the saddened wife and promises a new path. The brothers vie, and Verald wins and then demands the hand of Jeshavis, another Ferelden greedy for power. In a decade, the shy victim Jeshavis is the figurehead of the people's rebellion against the last son of the betrayer, Maferet the betrayer. As master, bound to rivalries far older, she harbors a hatred beyond Tevinger. And while Isorath is distracted with personal concern or with building a nation to withstand his own people's enemy, she invites the broken brother and sets him against the driven. While accepting marriage to the victor, Jeshavis seeds rebellion among those who remember how their lands were taken not a generation before. Both leave her as ruler, as Gyoja. But should not the rule of a victim been uncertain? Jeshavis rules for 42 years. There were no great swings backward, no people's retribution, for she had become accustomed. If the goals of Isorath were selfish, and the goal of Jeshavis was to reverse them, then Orlais is born out of the failure of both. But if Isorath built his father's wall, and Jeshavis wanted revenge, then we are a nation of 2 successes, 2 parents in opposition, but in partnership. An interesting look into the history of Orlais, excerpted from a history not of heroes, readings in the ugly heart of change, collected by William the Bard. Wow, so William the Bard, he's very analytical. I thought he's just like, those bards in taverns, they just sing. They just like to make merry, to drink and all that.
I have an invitation for you.
Ooh, we've got an invitation from First Enchanter Vivian. You are cordially invited to attend my salon, held at the chateau of Duke Bastien. Sorry, I don't know how to read these words, these names. Bastien de Ghislaine. Yours, Vivian de Fer, First Enchanter of Montsemart, Enchanter to the Imperial Court. Okay, we have been invited by First Enchanter Vivian. How about these merchants? Are they open for trade now?
Well, this has all been a frustrating mess. Templars and Chantry and especially the mages. Just everything. I apologize if you were refused service, but we are now open for business.
Good to hear.
Especially if you put my wares to use.
All right.
Well, this has all been a frustrating mess. Templars and Chantry and...
Okay, a lot of these stuff we can't afford, or... No, we can afford them, it's just that they're of higher level, I guess? No, they're not. Okay, they're for soulless. They're all... they're all staves. I guess this is a mage's, I don't know, shop. But unfortunately, I don't want to spend money on soulless. No matter how mean that sounds. I don't know, because I feel like I should just be, you know, picking up loot and quest rewards instead of spending money on our companions and on ourselves too. Because this is just the beginning of the game anyway. City guard? Okay. Are you always... Wait, are you required to wear that mask all the time while you're guarding? How does that feel in summer? Is it summer right now or is it springtime? Okay, we didn't really finish reading these inscriptions. Okay. The last lion in respect to Duke Ivan of Sevran. Reserved for his strangeness, Sir Sound, and his static puppets behind glass. Okay, it's interesting that this square in Val Royeaux has these, I don't know what to call them, kind of like public spaces. This one is for a puppeteer, and then there's one for plays, theatrical plays, and then there's one for political discussions. Interesting. But wouldn't that be too loud? There's so many things going on. A noble citizen.
What is the Grand Cathedral thinking? We must have a new divine. She will show us the way.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but they're too busy, I guess. Le Pomme Vietmore, the apples nearest the cafe, are said to change their taste depending on whether one is walking toward or away from the gallows. This is just so impossible. How is there a change in taste? And of course they do, for taste is subjected to the whims of the heart. That is true. It is our emotions, our state of mind, and they affect how certain foods taste. And no meal is favored after tears, but dare it anyway, for none know the taste of joy such as we who do not shy from experience. Yeah, I think that if you're sad and then you eat food, I don't know, even if it's your favorite food, maybe it doesn't taste. It wouldn't taste as good as if when you're feeling happy. And we've got an accessories merchant here. Barnabas.
Open? Yes, as open as I can be. If you've a need for the well-cut or the sparkling, perhaps I can help. At the very least, we can appear like everything is normal.
Yeah, let's pretend that everything's normal. Le Masque du Lion. Exit is to the east, I guess. Docks is that way. Le Masque du Lion. How are you doing, Mother? You still in pain?
Victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
We came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
We can be mean and say, why do you care? A victim of fate, someone who can help. I'd like to be someone who can help.
Someone who can help close the breach and end this madness.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
That is true. How many Templars rebelled?
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
People's reactions?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair. Fear. We mourn Her Holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
What do you think of me?
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine. Her Holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
But I'll help, don't you worry. What will you do now?
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can, and leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
Where did they go then?
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have abandoned his intended role more completely.
There must be sense to what we can't see.
Must there? Rebellion seems popular in certain quarters, doesn't it, Seeker? Is crafting the Templars into a new power really any worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself?
Don't be mean, Mother. You already got punched once in the face. Don't be mean. What did you want the Lord Seeker to do anyway?
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire. Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker.
Oops.
I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
Don't worry, Mother. I'll stop this, and you're gonna change your mind about us. Well, but at the same time, you could help us.
It's not too late. The Chantry could still help us and come out on top.
If only that were true.
What's to stop you from trying?
We are not looking for a winning horse. We are simply trying to do the right thing.
Right thing according to you. I just wanted to check something because I feel like I am streaming. I have like 2 streams on YouTube. Is there only 1 stream? Because that would be weird if I had 2. Oh, okay. For some reason, the my stream on YouTube is kind of weird. I'm just gonna try to check it and see. Details. Let's see. I am going to do this. Can I not save it? There we go. Yeah. Now I can't. Yeah, I guess what happened, because I did something with the internet earlier, that my stream on YouTube kind of got cut off within 11 minutes of the stream, and then there's this new live stream, and then I'm kind of editing the the thingies here. Just a moment. There we go. I just wanted to make sure that it is also on threads. Because my earlier post on threads, it was a bit, I don't know, I didn't post the correct thing, the correct link and all that. Now we are all set, I guess. We can go back to the game. If I can find my, there we go.
Ever since our divine was murdered, toothless old fools are lost without
Is
her.
what they're saying
What
real?
are the Grand Clerics doing
The
while the
Inquisition's
maid
going to
circles
fix the
lie
hole in the
empty?
sky?
That's true.
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Oh yay, someone wants to
Never
help
been part
us.
of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
You can say no thank you. Why would you refuse help? Cassandra?
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Okay, please come and join our cause.
Head to Haven then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Wow. That's nice. We have recruited a grocer, I'd say. Someone who's gonna keep our troops fed, well fed. Emperor Florian. Grand Duke Florian was not supposed to ascend to the Orlesian throne. His elder brother, Emperor Judy Sale the second had two twin sons, and thus a very secure line. Florian was free to pursue other interests, none of which revolved around the game. Indeed, the imperial court largely ignored him, and that was how he liked it. All that is recorded of that era is that he married, produced a single daughter, and afterwards showed little interest in her. That's mean. An outbreak of the 100 Days Cuff in 877, blessed, that's the name of the age, changed his plans. Both of Judicael's sons perished, and did Florian's daughter. Racked by grief, Judicael lost interest in ruling, turning over all matters pertaining to the rebellion in Ferelden to his advisors and instead spending his time hunting in the country. When Judy Kyle, was thrown from his horse during a fox hunt in 884 Blessed, Florian was suddenly vaulted into the throne. Famously, his response to the Chevaliers delivering the news at his estate is said to be, "This will not do at all." A private and somewhat eccentric man, Florian limited his appearances at court and dealt almost exclusively with members of his own family. He was extremely particular about his habits of dress and grooming, eschewing current fashions for the sake of comfort, and refusing to wear cosmetics or powders of any kind due to an intense dislike of being dirty. Powerful and connected nobles who had served in the cabinet since his father's time were turned away in favor of his younger brother, Renaud, his sister Melisande, and his cousins. Children were banned from the palace, even the children of servants, with the exceptions of his nephew and nieces, who were tolerated only in the condition that they remain out of the emperor's sight. So for some reason, he hates children. Regarding suggestions that Florian and his youngest cousin, Megren, were lovers, the truth is uncertain. If such a relationship existed, it was no doubt kept private due to Florian's aversion to public life and not from any fear of rumors. Such rumors, after all, were likely spread due to the emperor's refusal to sire another child and thus secure his line. Many believed this failing would eventually lead to a civil war. The only real evidence of a relationship with Megren is a loud and very public argument that the two had prior to Megren's appointment, or exile as he saw it, to the throne of Ferelden. Megren is said to have called Florian my darling, and neither man chose to explain the argument later. The predictions of civil war almost came to pass upon Florian's death in 919 Dragon Age 919, with no 19th year. With no clear heir, the throne eventually passed to the only daughter of Grand Duke Renaud, Celine, after a vicious struggle that threatened to consume the empire. From the Emperors of Orlais by Brother Harlon Scary. That is a very good preview into the politics of Orlais, especially, the current Empress, Celine, how she came to power. Because the person who originally held the throne was this guy called Florian, Emperor Florian. But because he doesn't have an heir, it was passed to Celine, Empress Celine. Okay, that is interesting to know. We are still in search of red things.
They say you're scratching for power, not on these streets. Understand?
Whatever. I don't care about you bashers. Haters gonna hate. Okay. This was the first shop that we went to earlier.
I am open to you and yours. I price at a premium for everyone, so don't assume it's because you're with the Inquisition. I expect my customers to know a rarity when they see it, just as I do.
Okay, what do you sell? Weapons. That are of high level, and thus we cannot equip as of the moment, and that is completely fine. Another city guard.
Just don't give me a reason, heretics.
Speak only the word, sing only the chant, then the golden city.
Lemas de Leon. We cheered when honored was her might, but many more deserve a thought, for though she was the first a knight, for her ken and mind have always fought. From a plaque with the dedication, Lemas de Leon, sponsored by Princess Corinne's first cavalry, for those we stood beside.
We maintain an Inquisition presence on Commander Cullen's orders. This has been received as you might expect.
Okay. Good to hear that we have someone from the Inquisition here. Oh, here we go. Our first red thing. Favors for friends. A different simple script on the back of a stable report marked with red paint. Thank you, friends, for helping good lady Karis. Saw those who asked about Harold enter third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Not of heroes Maverath and sacrifice Andraste, our lady, the sword and the fire against Tevinter, betrayed to the Empire in exchange for a kingdom. Maverath now synonymous with treachery. But would Andraste have won, and if not, what would we have lost? Let us look not just at the act, but at the why of it. As the armies of faith pierced the imperial homeland, it was revealed not as a wave but as an arrow, and as any hunter will attest, if your aim is not true, there is no returning to the bow. We must consider how much of Our Lady's victory to this point was against true Imperium, and how much was against the echoes of Empire. Andraste, the inspiration, may not have considered such. But Maverath, the general, fought for homeland, not visions. Was it victory or defeat that his betrayal held at bay? Maverath made a deal that killed Our Lady, that is fact, and when Andraste died, Maverath was gifted everything from the southern plain south. How generous and impossible to hold this must have seemed. Let us look on Maverath and the legacy he divided among his sons, not with an eye for accusation but from a tactical consideration. For he must have known that mere rivals had never stopped Tevinter. What if he set about creating peers, and none of this was accident? How then fared Isarath, Evrion, and Verod, which are the three sons of Maverath? It's, again, by Philium the Bard. Very analytical bard. Any other red things here? The summer home of a Messer Glubs. A plaque reads, a seasonal home for the childhood pet. Wait, this water feature here is a seasonal home for the childhood pet of these twin sons of Empress Yvette. The nature of Messer Glubs remains unknown, save that he was a gift from a Rivani ambassador, and he was eventually released to the sea after taking the hand of a sluggish page. That's unfortunate. This used to be the summer home of a pet.
Careful.
Any other red stuff here? Let's go and seek the red stuff. Oh my. How did you manage that feat? With your feet. How did you manage that feat with your feet? The Lovers' Alcove. Every district has one, at least one, and the question must be, why is a place meant for dalliance declared in such an obvious way? And the answer, of course, is that obviousness is the entirety of the point. When manners and station will not allow impassioned words, such corners are places to be seen not being seen. Entering with the paramour is as much a declaration as singing out in joy, which one of good standing must never do. The alcove is thus a dignified means of announcing romantic affiliation, either for genuine partnership or to appear as such in order to spare a suitor a refusal. Dignity, of course, requiring that one does not also make use of the darkness for actual physical gratification. This has, of course, never occurred from our Orlesian heart by formerly Sister Lodine. Interesting. It's nice to learn about these Orlesian customs. Another plaque. Her Majesty's convenience. For Her Majesty's convenience, wood and vines defy the very sun and rain. Not of heroes, the death of diversity. What could hold back an empire? Another. What could hold back so defined a people as Tevinter? Another. Let us consider if eldest Isarath was not meant to honor Maverath, for the father's fate was already condemned by hidden betrayal. Let us consider that Isarath was told to turn from ties to Mafarath, to look forward, not back. What of his actions then? Isarath was granted a land of tribes of scattered alliance. His answer was the grand unification, which most condemned as arrogance. Sweeping changes in trade, relocations to break local allegiances, all to favor centralized trade and power. Cities were leveled to expand a new capital, a powerful and influential city of a new nation, Royeaux of Orlais, and all in the name of not loss and drastry, but of holding back looming to winter. Power was united, but cultures less so. Investing everyone in the new Orlais stratified the classes, and through it all, spread a bitterness that a Ferelden ruled. Isarath avoided the stain of his father, for he was seen as victim too, but he was still Alamari. Okay, Isarath is Ferelden, because Mafarath is Ferelden. I guess because Ferelden used to be, I'd say, inhabited by the Alamari tribes. What if, dear readers, the final unifying element came not from accident, or even the deliberate actions of Isarath, but from a common hatred, and not the common hatred of the day? The sons of Mafarath would succeed at creating a pier for Tevinter, but only at the cost of themselves. Okay. Sister Antoinette.
What? Yes, I'm sorry. Minding the duties of the ailing mother, Havara. I am rather overwhelmed. Of course. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend chantry services to you, and that troubles me greatly. Forgive me. I am unsure whether I meant to extend chantry services to you.
No, we're fine. We don't need your services. Victory in Shade. Here grows one of many strange trophies returned from the liberation of Kirkwall in 760 Storm, where brave Orlesian forces turned back the unstoppable Canary. A cutting salvaged from a burning dreadnought was presented to Emperor Cyril, and it was tended to full growth by the careful hands of Valrio's master landscapers. Okay. So this was from 2 ages ago. Ooh, another shop.
Inquisition, eh? I'll sell. But if the Chantry censures you, I'm not liable. No offense, but I have to live here, and Val Royeaux can be traditional.
That's fine. What do you sell? Oh. There's weapon schematics and probably armor schematics too. Yeah. I don't think we need to buy anything as of now. I just wanted to familiarize ourselves with the different merchants and displays, so that if we really are in need of a certain object later, we'll know where to go. Okay, no red things here. I guess we go to the docks then. That might be the last place to go to. Ooh, what is that? The head of Madame Snappy Snips, mascot of Le Mas de Lyon. Named in jest but genuinely respected. I guess this tavern is called Le Mas de Lyon. The Grand Mame, as she is also called, was the last dragon brought down by Sir Koenig, the previous owner of the cafe. A spirited hunter, Koenig came of age in the years following deciding that named the era. Okay, that's interesting. So he is from this era. It was not a long time ago. While others were quick to assume the tales of ancient Navaran dragon hunters must have been exaggerated, he tracked the gradual increase in dragon numbers and size. Koenig believed we had yet to see a true return of the beasts of legend, and that the specimens of his day were young despite their ferocity. It is a cruel victory, But today we know Sir Koenig to have been correct, even as he may have fallen to his own expertise. He was years overdue from his last hunt, and for the rest of us travel weary. What we thought to be the pinnacle of dragon strength may have been closer to adolescence. Oh no. The sisters of Madame Snappy Snips may have left their sibling far behind, excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour by Philium again. Okay, so that could be what an adolescent dragon looks like. But adult dragons could be much bigger. Let's head on over to the docks so that we can complete this quest. Difficult time for those who have lost. While I understand concerns for proper propriety and the general dressing of the bazaar, I must caution that release is needed. We are suffering not just ongoing civil conflict pitting brother against sister, not just outright war pitting Templar against mage, not just the loss of our most holy and the best of our leaders. We are suffering all three, as the sky is wounded for all to see. All we know of our world is threatened along with all we know of the next. With this most grave notation, I ask that the writs of losses and missing remain. That the citizens, however, indirectly be allowed to post their griefs of known dead and the names of hopefully living, and with them, their criticisms of how they have been told or not told. For while I have no doubt we as Orlesians will maintain our utmost composure, there must be release, there must be grief, there must be mourning. If we do not allow this simple expression, we risk a greater outburst. Let our people shed their tears in as reserved a means as necessary. The market will be cleared in due course, but this time we must let the simple expression stand. Written by Captain Albion, Orlesian Guard, Summer Bazaar. Okay, this is where they post missing family members, or those who have passed, or those who are still missing, yeah, as I mentioned. Who is this creepy woman? Wow, this is so pretty. That is amazing. Nice boats. It kind of looks like those Thai boats in Thailand. The floating market. Miroir de la Mer revels folly. Miroir de la Mer was cut from Royeaux in 849 Blessed. It was the will of the mad Emperor Reville, who demanded a reflecting pool large enough to draw his vain deceased mother back across the veil. That's creepy. Many shops and vendors were evicted to make room for his folly, and several memorials to the heroes of the first four blights were simply toppled. The reservoir supports little in the way of life, as the bottom was lined with lead to increase its reflective properties. That must have been so annoying for the citizens. Reville intended it for divination using boats as massive planchettes, but work was not finished until the week of his own death. The water see little use today, save for lazy or fornication. Lazy sojourns by the nobility aboard decorative gondolas, excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour by Philium again. And here we have, I guess this was the reflective thing. Yeah, this was that reflective, I'd say, lake or man-made lake that they made for that particular emperor. Reservoir, stocking evaluation, tremors, floating, taste is off, water birds die off, restocking failed, fish not fit, do not consume. Okay, pour them, I guess. Here, another red handkerchief. A red handkerchief folded around a key. With a small, hasty scrawl, key lifted from a drunk swearing about Harold. Don't know what door, I'm out, my debt is paid. Okay. So we picked up a key that leads to some place That's, I guess, the quarters of someone who hates us. I wonder who could that be?
Of course not.
Are we missing something? Is it this one? No, but we're looking for another thing that's red, or have we actually...
Bullshit.
Watch your language. Let's look at our journal. That's not it. This one. We need to search by the upper market.
They say you're scratching for power.
How do we get to the upper market? I guess there should probably be stairs somewhere here. Is it here? Fast travel. Oh, cool. Okay. Here is the upper market. It's weird that we had to fast travel instead of just taking stairs. It's funny. Oh well. A season of the Four afoul. At this window, the thief Treadwell did witness the attempted assault of Lady Castine. He surrendered his chance for escape to catch and hold her assailant. A bard of Lord Halevine. Hero thief, foiled bard, and conspiring noble were all censured as per their station and relevant action. Lashings and labor disappeared and ostracized for the social season, respectively. So the hero thief faced lashings and labor? Not sad, but he helped. He helped the Lady Castine. The foiled bard, the guy who was actually gonna assault Lady Castine, disappeared. He wasn't found. And Lord Halevine was ostracized for the social season. Just for the social season. Amazing. The scandal played out far longer in the theatrically serialized adaptation, which reimagined the three as siblings separated at birth, competing for Lady Castine's hand at her orchestration. The conclusion was relatively accurate to the original event, I guess, save the punishment for the thief and noble being swapped to comic effect. Generally good reviews received, though some thought the height of the lady's hair to be unrealistic. Oh my, just nitpicking. Here we go. A scrap of parchment is hastily torn from an ornate document stuffed into its hiding space with a large red sock. And we are to obey while we meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrawled below in a misspelled script. Herald, go at time, praise addressed. Taken together, the messages reveal a time, path, and a key to a location on the world map. Okay, so we've got it all figured out. We're supposed to meet someone at a specific time in a specific place. Not of heroes, division, and distance. For a supposed creature of jealousy and greed, Mafaroth is less so indeed. For while his word brought low the bride of the Maker, his prize was quickly divided and distanced. Let us consider the lesser of the sons in this matter. Of Evrion we know little. The middle boy, he was tasked with ruling the lands to be the marches. No claim by the father was made, no in my name to humble. And that freedom is shown in the result, for Evrion himself was the least concerned with power. He among all led by example, not demand, and spoke only of sacrifice. When betrayal was revealed, Evrion acts as a man broken, dispersing his holdings to the various tribes. It was a penance that spared him, his family, but it also dispersed influence. To this day, the free marches are scattered. Okay, that is an interesting thing to learn. That the reason why the free marches are scattered is because of Evrion. Roberto from Twitch, hi. How are you doing this fine day or night? Verald Moore is known for his actions bring him to the start of our nation. But his folly begins in Navarra, where we must ask, was this the will of a betrayer father or a mistake of youth? Maferath gave rule to the youngest Verald and never claimed Navarra. Never did he sit on the throne, and he is thought to have rarely visited, but his name is hated there most of all, for it was bartered for a legacy by the son. Unlike Evrion, Verald spoke not as example, but to claim. Never his name was mentioned without that of his mother and father. His claims were bold, their actions were his, and their thoughts all shared. But from the father on his throne in Ferelden, no word is recorded, and we wonder, was it deliberate? For when the betrayal was revealed, all with ties to Maferath were vilified, and so strong were the ties that Verald had drawn that his court was killed to a man, and he was forced to flee. Had he kept silent, it seems the will of the knowing father, and had he girded as the father had guided the elder, Isarath, then Verald might have remained to rule. But that would require that the betrayer not be as he is drawn, and it would have kept Verald in Navarra, and it would have kept Verald from Orlais, and it would have prevented the further betrayal that truly birthed Orlais. Nice. Very interesting input from Philium the Bard. Oh, this is our second Randy Dowager quarterly. The Randy Dowager ignites winter passions with the collected conscripted by love, being a tale of heroes come legends, the Grey Wardens, and their shining duty to claim those of promise who most suit their joining. The Randy Dowager, exhibitions for the noble thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says, always a classic when wardens come calling, or dare one suggest the reverse? 4 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. So she rates it 4 out of 5. This romance novel. Okay, let's fast travel to... Can we get here? I guess. Wait, what is this? Is this the first floor? No, it's a totally different place. It's so hard to understand that map. Maybe I'm just a bit slow. But here is the map to the first floor of the first floor, and this is the map of the second level of the market square. Or, yeah. Longing in the upper court. A torn page from an unsigned diary. My weakness bids me not by chance to gaze upon the upper court, where shadows of our final dance and wishes of my heart consort. Aw. So romantic and sad. Any other thing we're missing here? I guess not.
Of course not.
Yeah, I wish it was easier to navigate Val Royeaux, but I guess not. I guess not. Is this a shop? It is.
Is this a shop?
She asked the same
I maintain
thing.
a premises wherein customers of a certain affluence entertain the purchase of my ware.
So it means it's a shop.
So yes, a shop.
Okay. Let's see what he
Very
has.
well. What do you have for sale?
I have one item available for purchase. It is far too expensive for it merely to be sold. You may gaze upon it and dream of the wealth required to possess it, as have lords and kings. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
Wow. Nice. Very charming personality.
So you sell one very expensive item, and it's worth it?
Let me now interrupt the inevitable defense of your thrift. I'm sure you have treasures, and you will have many more. You could parade them from here to Halam Shiral, but none of that would allow you to say you have purchased this. The item is irrelevant. The price is worth it.
But you don't really sell anything, right?
How do you keep the doors open on a shop with one item?
My shop is a destination. Luminaries of every description journey here to see what is denied to them. Some pay tribute, in the vain hope I will barter. They do not have the will to pay the price. They require a bargain to justify the spend, to ease their conscience. That would defeat the entirety of the purpose.
But how do we even know if it's worth it if you're not showing
I
us?
don't see why this is special. Anyone can overprice something.
Yeah.
To overprice an item, the item must have a known value already. It is then priced over what it is worth. This has only the value I have set. It has never had another.
Is it really
It is
that
not
unique?
Overpriced. It is priced.
I can't see it. Tell me what it is.
If you have to ask, you are not the one to buy it.
I need to know if I can use it.
And again, the point is missed. If mere use is your concern, you should go elsewhere. The person who claims this will not be known for using it. They will be known because they paid for it.
Luxury.
Well, goodbye then.
Yes.
Oh, luxury. Is it this? Is it this cage? Or is it that cage? What are you actually selling? The folly of General Not Sheraton. 3. But during times of crisis, there can emerge abilities we do not know we possess. The servant, under the greatest duress, stood as Not Sheraton. She stood and she spoke. She stood and she led. She stood and she attacked. And under banners they knew, and a voice they did not. The forces of Orlais brought low their enemy. Now perhaps the servant was more lieutenant than page to her battle-hardened lord. And perhaps the strength of the foe is stressed too much in retellings, and perhaps the allied were well practiced in their roles, but none questioned that Not Sheraton was at the least adequate and at the most inspirational. Okay. Let's see what he's actually selling. A mystery box worth 10,000 coins. Oh, we can't even afford it. He is right, we can't afford it. That's just hilarious. Let's see, any other thing here? Another readable. There's so many readables in Royeaux. Another Randy Dowager Quarterly, an extra thick annual edition of the Suspect Quarterly. It's a Sus Quarterly. The Randy Dowagers welcomes the new year by scandalizing the old with a collected romantic epic, The Horned Ones. Being a tale of conquest, both of nation and of heart, the men are satisfied as bronze giants share their explosive passions. The Randy Dowager exhibitions for the noble of thought, but spry of step. The lady herself says only for those of particular taste. Delicate buds should remain in the garden, while the bold of us flower. 5 scarves fluttered in shock out of 5. Okay, she liked that. That, literary critic loved that book. Let's see, how about the other side? Okay, there is no other side. I guess. How did we even get here? What is this? Oh, we didn't read this? The waiting alcove, forever empty in anticipation of artistic endeavor worthy of the envy and insidious jealousy of the capital and her glorious emperor. 848 blessed, scratched below the inscription. Mad poop, empty as his head. It's hard to navigate. It's so hard to navigate. pillars of her everlasting flame. The pillars of her everlasting flame ignited 530 exalted, capped 562 exalted. Forgive them their petty nature, for the suit of your eternal flames blackened their souls. I don't understand the significance of that. Oh, look at this one. Here's Mafarath again with his headache. Migraine relief. He needs to be an endorser for a migraine relief ad.
Ah, the Herald of Andraste. Is there something I might help you with?
No, not at the moment.
No, thank you, sister. Make her go with you.
Pretty, I like it. I wish there was a better way. This is like, I don't know, the third time that I said it. I wish there was a better way to navigate Royeaux. But they had to, I guess for engine reasons, they had to separate it into 3 areas. The mystery and meaning of 8 silks. 8 silks drape across Belmarsh. 8 silks that frame the sky and shade the calm of commerce. But why 8? That question is posed time and again by visitor and philosopher. What in the grand history of our capital is played in this subtle choice? The ages? But we have had 9. And what fool would have made such a prediction? There is nothing in the Orlesian mindset in the heart of Orlais that suggests even a hint of accepting an end to our way. Perhaps then something less flattering but veiled. It is opined that the 8 represents the twin boys of Empress Yvette, born 799, which heralded the Blessed Age, being the entwined loops of the number 8 itself, not its value. The more irreverent suggests that the 8 could as easily be a slight against Yvette's figure, for she was rumored to be stout but determined in her choice of corsetry. Okay, so she's a plus-sized, what do you call that? Hourglass figure. Both theories are scoffed at by historians as mere number fetish. What emerges when we consider the longevity of the question is that it's not that there is meaning to be found, but that is ingrained in us to search as though there is. For we need to believe that such a prominent detail of the greatest city the world has ever known must be thoroughly rife with meaning. And so certain are we that we discount even the architect who grew so annoyed of the question that he had the answer engraved on his memorial. There were 16 rods. The reason why there are 8 silk drapes is because there are 16 rods. How compares his fact to our search for the quote-unquote truth from our Orlesian heart by formerly sister Lodine? Okay. I guess that's it for this place. That's nice to explore Royeaux. I guess we fully explored it. I hope. Yeah, I wonder why this fast travel marker here is connected to this one. But this one isn't. I have no idea. I guess it's not. It's actually below it? I have no idea, really. But I am not gonna pay any mind. Let's go back to... Well, we have a choice here. We could go find the friend of Red Jenny, or we could go to go back to Haven. And we can also attend the salon. I guess because I feel like we should all do that next time. For now, I am going to return to Haven so that we can do this the next time we stream. A lot of things have opened to us on our world map. This is for recruiting First Enchanter Vivian. And this is for recruiting, I can't remember her name, forgive me. The Elven woman. And those are two things that we will definitely do in the next stream. But for now, let's head back to Haven.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion.
Ooh.
Is it not dangerous for you to be here?
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps my people are the wiser option.
And why weren't you at the conclave?
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap.
That's smart.
I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
You're insinuating that the Templars did it?
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
Are you willing to lend help?
Does that mean the mages will help us?
We are willing to discuss it with the Inquisition at least. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe.
Oh, finally
Come,
we
meet
can
with the
go to
mages.
Redcliffe.
An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Au revoir,
Come, let us return.
Miss Fiona. So now we have basically received invitations to a couple of different places. And I guess this is where we end this stream, the second stream. We are going to try to complete this quest next stream, as well as the invitations that we received from 2 potential companions. That would be very interesting and exciting at the same time. I am very much looking forward to growing our number of companions to help us in explorations and missions as well. So I hope that everyone has had something something. I don't know if you had fun, but I hope that you learned something about Orlesian lore, Orlesian politics, and customs and traditions as well in this stream, as we tried our best, and I guess we were successful at it, to completely thoroughly read all of the inscriptions and readables in Royeaux. I hope you had a pleasant time with us, and I hope to see you again next time. Good night, or good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are, and see ya! Take care! Also, thank you for watching.